guys, Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you how to dome your beads using plastic. So I'm going to be using two examples in this video today. I'm going to show you how to do it using a template like this and how to do it using a cutter. So that's what I'm going to be showing in the video today. Now, this tutorial was requested by Severina Marsh, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing the name right. I'm not the best when it comes to pronouncing names, but that was the person who requested the video. So if you guys have videos that you want me to do anytime soon, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get round to them. Now, for the first one, we are going to be doing it using the cutter. Now this is black Polymer that's been rolled through on the thicker setting of my pasta machine, and that's the one that we'll be using right now. So to dome your bead, you're going to need some form of plastic. Now I like to just use plastic Ziploc bags that are past their years, that I've used for my polymer clay and they were going to get thrown away, so I like to use these. You can use cling wrap as well, or any usual Ziploc bags, those will work as well. Now there's two things to remember here. Depending on how thick your clay is and how thick the plastic you use is, this dictates how large a dome you're going to get. So this is fairly thin as far as clay that's going to be domed is, so I'm going to show you what that looks like with one layer of plastic and two layers of plastic. So you'll just pop your plastic on your piece, take your cutter and cut. Oops. Just like that. And now sometimes it can break through the plastic. If that happens, just put another piece of plastic over the top and continue pressing. But that generally only happens if you're using a cutter. So that's the one using only one layer of plastic, so you can see that we've got a pretty good dome on it. Now something that you're going to encounter with this is ripples that you're going to get, and this is caused by the plastic crinkling, so you're going to need to smooth these off later on. Okay, so now I'm going to try it using two layers of plastic, and again you just press on it, and this will give you a more pronounced dome when compared to this one. And then what I like to do afterwards is I like to go with my cutter and I like to press it back into shape, because sometimes when you're doming it, it can get out of shape a little bit. But there you are, those are the two that are done on my thicker setting of my pasta machine. Now it's going to look different if you were to place two layers on top of each other. So this one's been done on the thicker setting of my pasta machine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over itself so it's double the thicker setting on my pasta machine. And I'll bring over the plastic wrap and I'll show you what it looks like. So for one of the pieces I'm going to use one layer of plastic, and then I'll show you what the two layer looks like. Again, just press into the clay, and so you can see that you have a much larger dome, and that's just because the clay was thicker. Now I'm going to bring this over and we're going to do two layers. You press down, and that one gives you an even rounder dome. So personally, this is the way I like to do it. I like to have a really thick piece of clay and a thick piece of plastic to get myself a really nice pronounced dome. These ones are okay, but I much more prefer this one. So that's what you do if you have a cutter. Now I'm going to bring over the template to show you what we'll do with that one. Okay, so here's the template that I'm going to be using, and here's the clay that we're going to use. So this one's a little different. So what you'll do is you'll put the template over where you want to cut out a circle, and you'll cut out your circle. or whichever shape your template gives you. Just like that. Okay, and then you'll take away the rest of the clay, and this one was done on my thickest setting, if you were wondering. Okay. Then you'll bring over your plastic, and I'm going to be using 2 layers this time. And you can just press the template over the plastic to bring it down over the clay. And this will give you a dome, or just slightly domed edges. Now I'm going to bring over a piece, and this time we are going to fold the clay over itself again, so that we have a piece that is twice the thickness of my pasta machine. And again, we'll put the template over the piece, we'll grab our knife, and we'll trace out the shape. Oops. Okay, that was an accident. Okay, so I've doubled over the clay again, and we're going to cut out. So I'm doing this quickly, and if you were actually cutting out a bead, you would not want to go this quickly, as you can see from the previous one where I made that mistake, because you can accidentally make a mistake, and also you want to get a neater edge than this. But I'm just going to show you quickly what it looks like if you dome it. I'd actually take quite a long time to cut out my pieces. So just like before, you'll place the plastic over the piece of clay, and you'll press the template around it. And now sometimes you'll get these air bubbles, and I like to just go in and pop them like that, and then smooth it over later on, and it helps get a better dome. Just like that. And then I just smooth away the scratch. Now, as you can see, we've got a lot of rippling around here, and that is something that will happen when you're doming. So I like to bring the template back over now that it is domed, and trace around it to get rid of any of the clay that spilled out the edges. And then I'll pick that up and get rid of that. And also with the ripples, you'll just go around with a tool. Sometimes I like to just use my knife, my X-Acto knife, and just gently smooth it out. Now you'll get a lot more rippling with the template than you would with a cutter, as you could see from my other examples, but you're going to get rippling no matter what, so you need to know how to smooth it out. So I like to sometimes use my cutter, sometimes I like to use my knife, sometimes I like to use my fingers to smooth these out. And then once I've done that, I'd bring it back over to the template, and I'd trace around it again just to make sure that it is perfectly round. Okay, so you can see that it gives a pretty good dome. So that's basically how I like to dome my clay, and so I do hope that this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please do check the links below, as there'll be links to more tutorials like this one. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, please do check the links below, as there'll be a link to my website, jessamatutorials.com, where I have articles and places where you can send in your pictures and all sorts of things that I'm sure that you guys will love. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.